Hi you guys, it's Mrs. Gowdy here. I want to show you guys how to multiply a mixed number by a mixed number. So pretend like I'm actually there. Get out a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker, and I want you to practice these problems with me as we talk about this. Yesterday you worked on multiplying a fraction times a mixed number. Well, you knew that you needed to change one of those mixed numbers into an improper fraction and then multiply. This time, all we need to do is just change both numbers into mixed numbers and then multiply. So let's try that. Let's say I have 1 1/2, and I want to multiply that by 2 1/3. Before I can start multiplying top numbers and bottom numbers, I need to change both of these numbers into a improper fraction. So I'm going to rewrite my equation after I do that. Starting with this number right here, I have 1 1/2. To change this to a mixed number, I multiply my denominator by my whole number, and 2 times 1 gets me 2. I'm going to write it up here so I don't forget it. And then 2 plus 1 gives me 3. That's my new numerator. My denominator though, it stays the same. It was 2 before, so it stays 2 now. I'm going to do the same thing with this number now. 2 times 3 gives me 6. And when I add that to 1, that gives me 7. My denominator was 3, so it stays the same. Now I can just multiply across the top. 3 times 7 is 21. And 2 times 3 is 6. So I have this answer of 21/6. What do we know about this problem? Well, it's improper. It has a big head and a little baby body, so we need to put it in jail and turn it back into a mixed number. So I'm going to do that on this side here. I have 21/6. Let's change this to a mixed number. 21's going to go to jail because he's the illegal number. We're going to divide it by 6. So how many times can I fit 6 into 21? 6, 12, 18, 24. 24 is too much, so I got to take that one away. I can only fit it in there 3 times without going over. 3 times 6 gives me 18. And I subtract those. 1 minus 8 is not possible, so I got to borrow. 11 minus 8 is 3. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So I know I can't go any further because I can't fit 6 into 3. I'm going to use all this information here, and I'm going to rewrite my final answer. 3 is the whole number that goes out front. 3 is how many times I was able to fit 6 into 21. 3, my remainder, is my new numerator. And 6 is my denominator. So here's where we're at. Every time we get to this part, we need to look at this and say, all right, can I simplify this problem? Ask yourself, is there anything that I can divide this top number and the bottom number by to make it its simplest form? There is. What number is that though? What can I divide 3 and 6 by? I can divide 3 and 6 by 3. If I do that, I get 3 is my whole number, stays the same. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. So let's look at this number again, 3 1/2. Can I simplify this number anymore? No, because there's nothing I can divide both 1 and 2 by that would make it any smaller. So I know that I am totally done. Okay, let's try one more together really quick so we for sure are ready for our assignment. All right, what if I wanted to multiply this problem here? 2 3/4, and I want to multiply that by, let's say 1 1/5. Before I can start multiplying these, I need to change them into improper numbers. So I multiply denominator and whole number. which gives me 8. And then I add that to 3, which gives me 11. That's my new numerator, and my denominator stays the same. Let's change this one into a mixed number. Multiply these two numbers. That gives me 5. Add it to 1. That gives me 6. Okay, now I'm gonna multiply right across the top. I end up with 66 up top and 20 down on the bottom. I know this is improper, and I absolutely cannot leave it like this. I cannot leave a fraction with a big head and a little body. We know that's not right. So let's see what we can do about changing that to a mixed number. Okay, to change this back to a mixed number, 66 goes to jail and 20 is what we divide by. I know we get kind of freaked out when we see numbers that are big like this, that have 2 digits in both. But all I need to do is just count by 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80. All right, well, 80 was too far because I can't go past 66. So 20, 40, 60, that's as close as I can get. I was able to fit it in 3 times. 3 times 20 is 60. 6 minus 0 is 6, and 6 minus 6 is 0. So now let's rewrite my problem now that I have all this work done. 3 is my whole number out front because I was able to fit 20 into 66 3 times. My numerator is 6 because it was my remainder. And 20 is my denominator because it was my denominator before. It stays the same. Every time I get to my final answer, I need to ask myself, is there anything I can divide 6 and 20 by? Well, I know that I can divide 6 by 2. Can I divide 20 by 2? I know that I can because it ends with a 0. I know 2 is going to fit into all numbers that end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So let's start by dividing this by 2 on the top and the bottom. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. And I'm going to carry over my whole number there. So I have 3 and 3/10. Can I simplify this anymore? Can I divide either of these numbers by something that would make it smaller? No, I know it's simplified because I can divide 3 by 3, but I can't divide 10 by 3. So I'm done. There's nothing else I can do. So when I multiply a mixed number by a mixed number, I first change to improper. After that, my next step is to multiply. My other step is to change back to improper. And my last step is to simplify. All right, on your assignment today, ignore any little boxes you see. I just want you to solve these problems using the equation that I just showed you. Just solve it mathematically. You do not need to show any models or area models or fraction or number line models. Just do the math way. Great job, you guys, today.